They say sex is the glue that holds relationships together or the crack that tears them apart. For decades, Hollywood has given us the same tired story: the restless lover, the partner with an unsatisfied hunger, the desperate search for more. The message is simple: if only they were having more sex, they'd be happy. The relationship would heal. The marriage would thrive. Desire would return like fire to cold embers. But is that the truth, or just another fantasy we've been sold? Because in real life, the question cuts deeper than the glossy images on a screen. Partners everywhere wrestle with the silent tension of mismatched desire. One wants more, the other feels burdened. One longs for intimacy, the other hides behind excuses. And beneath the sheets, a quiet question lingers: if we had more sex, would we finally be happy? Science has tried to answer this. Researchers have mapped the territory of our desires, counted the frequencies, measured the smiles, and tallied up satisfaction. Some studies tell us yes, more sex, more happiness. Blanchflower and Oswald once studied 16,000 adults and found that even moving from once a month to once a week lit up lives with more joy, less stress, and deeper bonds. Others, like Moose and colleagues, echoed the same song. Sex once a week seemed to sweeten life, not only strengthening relationships, but spilling over into our work, our ambitions, our very sense of fulfillment. Even Meltzer's research whispered the same truth: couples who touched more, connected more, loved more in the body, seemed to love more in life. But the story doesn't end there, because another truth haunts the data. Lowenstein and his team dared to push couples further, asking them to double their frequency. The result wasn't a fairy tale. More sex didn't bring more joy. In fact, it sometimes dulled desire itself, turning passion into obligation, reducing the wanting and erasing the thrill. Schoenfeld's research drove the dagger deeper. It isn't frequency that fuels happiness, but satisfaction. A single night of deep connection can outweigh a dozen empty encounters. One kiss that lingers with truth means more than 10 thrusts performed like a chore. So maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. Maybe happiness was never hiding in numbers. Because what matters is not how often but how real, how raw, how present. Think about it. When life is good, sex often flows naturally. When stress is low, when the heart is full, when love is alive, desire rises without force. But when life weighs heavy, when jobs drain, when money breaks us, when trust is fractured, then sex becomes another battlefield. Frequency falls, but not because the body is broken, because the soul is tired, because the intimacy has already left the room. Culture complicates it further. In some places, sex is chained with shame. In others, it's demanded like duty. A woman may be told she owes her partner her body. A man may be told his worth is measured by his performance. Neither story leads to happiness. Neither creates love. Both create pressure, and pressure suffocates desire. And so the deeper question is this: why are we having less sex? What wounds sit beneath the sheets? Is it age, stress, boredom, mistrust? Is it hormones, health, or the thousand invisible fractures of a modern life? Until we face those truths, no amount of frequency will heal us. Because more is not always better. And sometimes, less, but deeper is everything. Even solo sex tells its story. Some studies show that masturbation, when healthy and free of shame, can soothe the mind, balance the body, and lift the spirit. Meaning that sexual frequencies linked to happiness is not limited to couples, it's about human beings finding authentic release, alone or together. So what does this mean for couples right now, sitting across the table from each other in silence, wondering if more nights in bed could save them? The answer is both simple and complex. Sex will not save you, but honest sex, wanted sex, chosen sex, felt sex can. Research suggests that once a week may be enough for many couples, but only when it is real, when it is filled with presence, laughter, touch, surrender. Pushing beyond desire breeds emptiness. But aligning intimacy with truth, your partner's truth, that is where happiness grows. So don't count the nights, count the depth. Don't chase numbers, chase honesty. Because happiness doesn't live in frequency, it lives in connection. And connection cannot be faked. In the end, the question is not, will more sex make us happier? The question is, will truer sex with heart, sex with presence, sex that is chosen, not demanded, bring us closer to the love we seek? The answer, whispered across studies and echoed in human hearts, is yes. Not more sex, but better sex. Not more encounters, but deeper ones. Because happiness was never hiding in the numbers. It was always waiting in the truth.